everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Teena Talks. I do a new episode every single Tuesday, so if you love all things drag, comedy and delusion, be sure to go and subscribe and comment and like, because the more people comment, like and subscribe, the more deluded I feel, and you're really stoking the flames, so please do it, it means so much. Now, this is going to talk about the look. I have quite an extravagant look today. It involves lots of sort of pads and stuff, and I need to go and get ready at the venue. So you've got sort of Teena, a little bit light, but you know, when I'm at home, I'm a lot more me, a lot less the Teena character. So I don't feel too naked, too nude. But I will tell you, I am probably wearing the most expensive thing I've ever worn on this channel. This is a t-shirt, which is from Matalan, which costs £2.50. So bask in that beauty, everyone. I'm so funny. So I was doing an Instagram live the other day, and someone asked me a question, and this question went straight into my bones of like, oh my god, I can't believe someone has asked me this. And it was nothing too controversial. It was, who is your favourite pop star of all time? And it got me to thinking, there are so many pop stars who inspire Teena and also inspire Lucy and Underneath, and I just couldn't make the decision. So then I went, okay, Teena Talks this week, let's go and choose my top 10 female pop stars. Well, they're all female, I'm giving you that spoiler. And then I went, I can't do 10, I want to go and do 30. And I've been agonising over it, and I have now whittled it down to 10. This is a very, very hard decision. I'm going to go from 10 to 1. And I'm also going to say why they inspire me, and also maybe give you some interesting information. Maybe I have an interesting song by the artist. I haven't really decided, I just have that look looking at me, reminding me of the ones I didn't choose. I'm going to go 10 to 2, honourable mentions, and then number 1. It's going to be lots of fun, and I'd also love to know as well, do you guys agree? Do you disagree? Do you have a favourite? We will find out together. But these are my top 10 favourite female pop stars. Yes, they're all female. Woo! Now, in my 10th position, it goes to Selena Quintanilla. Woo! Warning, most of them aren't English. Selena, there's something about Selena which speaks to me. Selena was very, very tragically murdered when she was 24 years old. And I'll always remember just after she died, because at my school in England, we had a notice board with different news of the day. And I saw a picture of, I thought, was the most beautiful woman in the world. And it transpired that was Selena. I never heard of her, but I'll always remember Selena for that reason. And then I bought her Greatest Hits album in Rothwell, Northamptonshire. Anyone from Northamptonshire, be sure to go and watch Teena Talks Kettering from last week. I was in Rothwell in a charity shop, and I found Selena's Greatest Hits. And Selena is a great inspiration of mine. Such a sad story, but her voice and her beauty will live on forever. And another interesting fact as well, when I was 11 years old, I got a horse. I'm from the countryside, okay? We all had horses in our mansions. I didn't grow up in a mansion, but I did have a horse. And I called my horse Selena. So there we go, Selena. There she is at number 10. Let's go to number 9. My choice for number 9 is... It is Sarah Connor. Yay, Sarah Connor, the queen of German pop. I remember Sarah Connor in the early 2000s when she came over to the UK, and she had her singles such as Let's Get Back to Bed Boy, and then she had Bounce. The rap and Bounce is absolutely hilarious. But Sarah Connor always sang in English, and nowadays she sings in German, and she just has the greatest bops. And that's the thing you have to remember. It's why I love international music, because I think when you're marketed music, that's when music comes to you, when entertainment comes to you. If you're a clever linguist like me, you might actually go and look into different artists and different countries. And Sarah Connor has some really, really good songs. So that is why Sarah Connor is number 9. Why am I doing the grinder noise? I don't know. In my 8th position, this is one of 2 British people in my list. Can you believe it? I'm going to tell you it is Sunita. Absolutely, Sunita, friend of all the gays. I think she calls herself the British Madonna. I think only she might think that. But Sunita, an amazing person. She has supported the gays all the way through her career. Interesting fact, her gay anthem, So Macho, the writer of it later came out, you know what I mean? He decided to be I'm not going to edit this, I think that's quite funny. He came out to be a Christian fundamentalist, and he doesn't like the song anymore and says it's not a gay anthem. But back in the day, apparently he said that the song's so macho, and if you don't know it, you have to listen to it. It was written as a song to put down your handbags and dance around. So macho. Sunita, you have to love her. I've met Sunita a few times. Here's a video of me meeting Sunita a few years ago. And of course we have to talk about the X Factor moment when she turned out in Leaves. And that is why Sunita is my number 8. Now, we went to Britain, although Sunita was born in America, and we're going to now go to my number 7, and this is a bit of a shocking one. I'm going to choose Agneta Faltskog, Agneta from ABBA, the blonde one. I love ABBA as a group, but I've always been a bigger fan of Agneta Faltskog, or as they say in Sweden, Agneta Faltskog. But I can't say that because that's far too arrogant. I've always loved her music more than ABBA, which I know is crazy to admit. There's something about 80s music. I love 80s music. My favourite ABBA music is when they did the 80s synth pop. So for example, when they did the Visitors album, when they did the songs on that unreleased last album before they then came back and did Voyage, it sort of ruins that whole thing. My favourite ABBA song, for example, I have 2 favourites. I have The Day Before You Came and I'm the City. Exactly, obscure songs, because that's the 80s. I love 80s. Most of my artists are from the 80s or 2000s, as you will see. But Agneta Faltskog, her solo careers are so fantastic. The album I Stand Alone is like my favourite album of all time. Now, we have done American, Mexican, we have done German, we have done British American, we have done Swedish, yeah. And now we're going to go to España. Indeed, I am a Spanish speaker, as I'm sure you know on my channel, and Spanish music is what I mainly listen to. I love, love, love Spanish music. And there's one artist in Spain, well, there's so many artists in Spain who I absolutely adore musically. And I was trying to think about my favourite pop stars, and I didn't want to have too many Spanish. And I think, yes, I've managed to whittle it down to 2. I'm not saying she's any less than my number 2, that's a spoiler. But in number 6, it is Marta Sanchez. Marta Sanchez, she is sort of like the Spanish Madonna. In the sense that she was a really huge pop star in the 80s and 90s and has kept on going ever since, and she sounds amazing. Her dad was an opera singer. Is it an opera singer or a opera singer? I don't care. She did get to a point in her career when she decided to pretty much rip off Madonna directly. For example, when Madonna did the whole Ray of Light Frozen, Marta Sanchez came back with Desconocido. Is it Desconocida? See, it's not my favourite era of hers, like Madonna's Ray of Light I don't like as well, but do not judge me! Comment below if you judge me. But when Madonna went and did sort of like the pop disco thing, Marta Sanchez came out with Soy Yo, which is a fantastic song. Marta, again, she loves the gays. We love Marta Sanchez. She's not afraid of cosmetic surgery. Also, she's not afraid to admit it, which I really admire about her. Marta Sanchez, absolute icon, and she is my number 6. Now, we're going down to number 5. We're now in the top 5, and I'm cheating for the next one because in top 5, I have a pop group with different girls. It's not the Sugar Babes, it is the Ukrainian Sugar Babes. Yes, Ukraine has the Sugar Babes, did you know? Their name is Grupa Viagra in Ukrainian, but in English they go by the term New Virgos. I remember hearing about them first when I lived over in Russia and Ukraine. They were really, really popular, especially in the 2000s. They had a member with blonde hair, one with red hair, and one with dark hair. And you think about the Sugar Babes, and they aren't, unfortunately, in my list, however much they love them. They should have been a specialist mention. That's my problem. I have too many inspirations. The group of Viagra are just, they kept on changing members pretty much every single month if they had to. I'm going to put above now in the magic of YouTube how many members they have gone through. They still perform now. Wowee, that's a lot, isn't it? They also recorded in English as well, and I remember when I was living in Russia, not Ukraine, don't judge, I remember finding their elusive English album, LML. I remember how bad their translators were with their music, because LML stood for Lucky My Lunacy. Now, talking about feminine empowerment, they were very, very sexy. They are still sexy. They sort of come back now and then again with newer, younger members. They were never afraid to take a risk. Completely managed. They didn't have to be talented vocally as long as they were talented visually. And my favourite ever story about Grupa Viagra is there was a member, Meseda, and she was from Chechnya. So in the press release for her leaving the group in 2009, it stated, Mercedes is looking forward to spending more time with her family and experimenting with facial injections. 100% true. It's camp. Again, I've talked about this on my channel. So I lived in Russia, I lived in Ukraine. The group officially were Ukrainian. The producer was actually from Georgia. Just think about that area of the world, a little bit like the United Kingdom. I think my example was Ukraine is a little bit like Scotland, Russia is like England, and let's say Georgia is like Northern Ireland. But then you get into the whole Irish Republic thing. Well, you know what I mean. It's all very controversial. They mainly sing in Russian, but that is why Grupa Viagra, every single however many members there are, is number 5. Now, we're into the top 4, and we're going to go back into the UK for this one. And this is one of my huge inspirations for the character Teena. And at number 4, we have Samantha Fox. Samantha Fox is such a wild dame, but what's in the name? Now, I've mentioned how much Samantha Fox inspires me. I love to perform the song Touch Me. I have my own original version. Samantha Fox, she just continues to inspire Teena. She's not had that many singles, but again, I need to be nice here because working as I do, one day I'm sure I'm going to meet Samantha Fox, and if this gets out and if she really cares about my millions of subscribers, she's going to hate me for this. But the fact that she still thinks she is a really, really famous pop star continues to inspire me. Last Halloween, I went to Samantha Fox and I had a massive glass of wine because she had just been arrested for getting drunk on wine on a plane and hitting her wife. Her ambiguous sexuality continues to inspire Teena. The fact that when I sign a message online, I'll always do XXXXZXX because once it's what Samantha Fox did. I love her music. She is... Samantha Fox, you are everything. I remember I was here's a little bit of a name drop. I was having lunch with my pal Gail Porter. Hi Gail, and Gail got a message from Samantha Fox. I went, oh my god, I love her so much. Can I have her number? Gail said no. I was half joking. Samantha Fox, you're my massive inspiration. Naughty drag queens need love too, and that's why you're my number 4. Okay, we've got 3 more to go. We have someone from America, someone from Spain, and someone from Mexico. Woohoo! And in number 3, we're going to Paulina Rubio. Again, Paulina Rubio, a massive inspiration to the character of Teena. I just can't explain to you why I love Paulina Rubio, how I have every single one of her singles and her albums. Shout out to my friend Thanos. He's also a massive Paulina Rubio fan. The fact we can send each other memes of her every single week. She continues to go. When she was a judge on X Factor USA, Britney Spears got $10 million for the series and Paulina Rubio got £250,000. See, I'm messing up my currency. It was like $250,000, a lot less than Britney Spears, who's not on my list, by the way. Paulina Rubio, I was meant to go and see her live in Colombia 2 years ago, and then she cancelled it and I never got the money back. I never forgave her for that. I don't like her new music as much, but she has so many fantastic songs in Spanish and, of course, in English as well. And you have to go and mention, if you're going to talk about Paulina Rubio, when she did when she was on Jane the Virgin, and she went, so, in these shoes now, you don't want to look like a hooker. She's a really good actress. She's a really good singer. She is a really, really massive icon. I love you. Pow, pow, pow. Me quedo en causa. Okay, quick story as well. I need to make this video longer as well because I need to get more views so I can get this monetized. I did a thing for Gay Pride Gran Canaria in Spain a few years ago, and I did a whole parody based on Paulina Rubio, and then I found out everyone was English and they didn't understand the reference.
Yo me quedo en causa.
Causa! But I love her and you should love her too. Paulina Rubio, you're number 3. Okay, we've got 2 left. We have a Spanish diva and we have an American diva. And I can reveal my number 2 biggest pop star inspiration of all time. It's going to mean nothing to anyone really. It is It is Natalia. Who is Natalia? Let me tell you. Natalia was on a television program called Operación Triunfo in 2001, which is the Spanish version of Fame Academy. She was the youngest person in the cast, and she was eliminated really, really early on. But unlike in the UK, when we have shows like X Factor, they rarely ever have careers. Everybody on the show has a career. So the moment she was eliminated from the show, she went and recorded her first album, and pretty much overnight they converted this young pop star from Andalusia into the Spanish Britney Spears. And she is sort of regarded as much as Marta Sanchez is the Spanish Madonna, Natalia is the Spanish Britney Spears. She continues to do hit after hit. I know when the summer has arrived, when Natalia goes and releases her summer single. And every single hit she does, she writes herself, she plays guitar, but she's still like the beautiful blonde pop star. You know it's the summer is here and that song is going to be amazing. When I was a child, I used to have a poster of Natalia on my wall. When I was a child, I was in Spain and I bought every single Natalia album for €2 each at the bargain bin at Mercadona. Just because I recognised her. This is a few years into her career, so I bought all her music then for €6. I just fell in love. I love all of her songs. Her English is really, really bad. She has a song called Indomita in Spanish, and is in Indomita, which means like crazy wild, English version. I'll put a link. There's no pain, there's no jam. But she could do no wrong in my opinion. Interesting fact, when I performed in Spain, the bar, Tic Tac, who invited me over, and their friends in Natalia, so I did a little video for her. And I'm hoping to go back to Tic Tac, specifically when Natalia performs, so I could just meet her. Never meet your idols. I would probably cry if I met her. Natalia, you are everything. Eres todo para mí. And she is my number 2. Now, honourable mentions before I get to my number 1. This is really, really difficult, okay? Now, again, I did the group of Viagra. I have to go and say all of the Spice Girls, of course. I have to go and give a lovely shout out to Alaska, not the American drag queen, but the Spanish pop star from the group Fangoria. Spania, all the way from Italy, Rufio Jurado. All these artists, I feel really bad not picking them. Gianna Nannini, of course, Jane Childs. La Prohibida, Spanish drag queen but trans woman, so trans women obviously count in the list of female pop stars. Alizé from France, Clara Morgan is a pop star from France who also wants a porn star, Kate Ryan. There's far too many, but you are not on my list. I have to now go to my number 1, my biggest pop inspiration, my biggest female pop star of all time, an artist I have seen perform 3 times, an artist, if I were on Celebrity Mastermind, I would make it to be my specialist topic. My favourite pop star of all time is Teena! It's Madonna. You can also tell how old a gay is as well by their favourite female pop star. For example, Lady Gaga's not on my list because I like her first few albums. She takes herself a little bit too seriously, but not like in a self-deprecating way. I don't want to get in trouble for my Lady Gaga hate, but maybe it is also because I'm a big Madonna fan. No, it's not because of that. Lady Gaga, she is so super talented, but her flaws aren't enough for me. Madonna is the ultimate outsider and she has the ultimate flaws. And she is just such a strong person who is always in on the joke. She knows she's not the best singer. She knows she's not the best actress. She knows she's not the best dancer. She also probably knows she's not the best person in the world. But that's what makes her so inspiring to me. The way she can just connect to the song as well. She's so underrated as a vocalist. And only a Madonna fan will ever say that, if you ever notice. She is everything to me. Now, I remember 2 years ago, I was doing a gig in London. I was at the Glory in East London. And suddenly these big group of people came in, and it were Madonna's dancers, because Madonna was on tour. And I hung out with the dancers and they said, well, you have to come and watch her tomorrow, it's your last chance. I went, I can't afford these tickets. And they went, well, it's going to be worth it, it's going to be worth it. And I went, can you get me a discount? They went, no. I went, all right. I went online on the bus, and I'm very, very glamorous, bus in London, and I bought a ticket. It was not that much money, but I was right at the front, and I'll put some clips in here. Wowee, wasn't that an amazing clip? I was so close. It was the best show ever. I've seen her twice before. I saw her in 2013 in Hyde Park with my friend Amy, and the music quality was really bad. It was the MDNA tour. And I also saw her, final story, because I need to go and leave and actually get ready for my show. I saw her in Up for Grabs in the West End in London. It was after my first year of school away from home, boarding school, and my mum bought me the opportunity to go and see Madonna in this theatre production. I went with my mum and my great aunt Susan, RIP, and so the thing about my mum really should be my biggest inspiration, because when we were ready for Madonna to come on, my mum thought it'd be really, really funny to keep on shouting out, "Oh my God, Guy Ritchie." She was married to Guy Ritchie at the time, and all the gays would just stand up. And that's something which I would do now. My mum is crazy. I get so much inspiration from her. And the play was awful. And I know we're not talking about acting, but this is Madonna. It's Madonna, right? This is my Madonna. Madonna's my number one. Every single time Madonna would even go on stage, everyone would go, "Oh my God, flash, 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 no flashes, flash, flash, flash." And then Madonna would deliver a line like, "Hello." And everyone would go, "Wow, wow," it means so much. It was really, really tiresome. And final fact to tell you about Madonna. In this play, Up for Grabs, she wears a black strap-on dildo. And I remember being 13 years old with my mum and my great aunt Susan thinking, wow, when I'm 20 years old, I'm going to do that for a living. Okay, well, thank you very much for tuning for another episode of Teena Talks. I'll be back here next Tuesday for another very special episode. If you've come this far, please make sure then you do go and subscribe, because honestly, having more subscribers, it pushes me forward. It makes me feel more deluded. And of course, like and comment. I think I deserve more. I hope I do. Lots of work goes into this. Not at all, I'm just reading from a list. Anyway, my name is Teena. Lovely to go and see you all, and I'll see you next week for another episode of Teena Talks. Yay! What's your favourite Madonna song? Comment below. Mine is Born This Way. Jokes!